What is this place? It's like we landed in some crazy Mad Max apocalyptic world.
Maximalist minibus with Mary and Captain and you. Get on the bus!
Captain had a vet appointment this morning. He wasn't too happy about it, but he seemed to be feeling really crappy all day yesterday, and he has health insurance. He has great health insurance, better than mine. So I figured I should take him in and see what a doctor has to say about it. I think he probably just ate something in the woods at the last campsite. I already had made plans to pick up a package at the Amazon locker in Apple Valley, California. So that's where I made the appointment. I found a vet there. This is Dr. Sindhu. Dr. Sindhu thought Captain was looking just fine, which is basically, he was looking fine because you know how when you take your car to the mechanic, it always stops doing that thing that you brought it to the mechanic for? Same thing happens with Captain. I picked up my package. The Amazon locker turned out to be inside of a Rite Aid. I want to do a video sometime about all the different ways that I get mail and packages on the road. But anyway, here's one way. Amazon locker. Ta-da! We killed the better part of a day with those two things and then with a bunch of other errands. So I figured that I should just find a place to crash for the night. So we ended up here at the Stoddard Wells BLM area. I'm parked fairly close to the road. Normally I'd go in a lot deeper, but I wanted to be able to get back on the road pretty quick in the morning because I'm not really sure if I'm going to stick around here. I don't know. I guess I'll check it out. But I just figured it's free. The sky is really pretty, and I mean, it's better than a rest area. Captain's on a mission. He likes to walk. He's not the kind to just do his business and go home, because he's a little explorer, and I'm just along for the ride. Oh, whoa, look at this. What is this place? It's like we landed in some crazy Mad Max apocalyptic world. It looks like they just gathered up every burnt out trailer, every abandoned car or broken down RV or shredded tent, or pieces of lawn furniture that people left behind, even an American flag. It looks like they just gathered it all up and built a town out of it. This is BLM, that's public land, but they've set up a fence. That's pretty bold. They're just claiming the space. I'd say it was a homeless encampment, except I think if it was homeless people, you'd see somebody around. Plus, this is a little too curated. It just kind of looks almost like a junkyard amusement park, like they burned some stuff just for entertainment. And look at this sign. I guess they had a shooting range or maybe a knife throwing range. I don't know. I think people come here to party. It's a good way to make sure nobody camps in your party space. You know, just make it junky, just like junk it up. Make it full of junk. No one's gonna camp there. It's too bad because otherwise it's a really beautiful place. Come on, Captain, let's get out of this wind before you get blown away. I don't know if you can see any of this or hear it. It's about 1 a.m. and things are crazy out there. ATVs are streaming by. There are fireworks going off. It's a good thing I know that there's that weird Mad Max playground over there, because if I didn't, I'd be thinking that these people were stopping here right outside the bus to like intimidate me. But I know I'm right by the driveway to that like junkyard party zone over there. So I guess everybody's just here for the junkyard party, which means, I guess, not a lot of sleep for us tonight. Well, for me anyway. Captain doesn't seem to be having any trouble. Good morning. We've been out for our morning walk, and there are little bits of junk everywhere, and we came across this. Another junkscape. Yeah, I think that settles it. We're moving on. We're going to find someplace prettier. So this is Wrightwood, California. It's cute, kind of touristy. Whenever I see a post office, I try to stop and send my mom some postcards. I send her usually a bunch at once, and then my brother rations them out to her. I think she likes it, and it makes me feel connected. You have to buy a camping permit to camp here. They sell them at the grocery store. So I bought one, and then I found out that almost every place that's here to camp is closed down because of a fire that happened like a couple of years ago. There was one more place to check, but then when I drove here, it turns out that this is now tent camping only. You just park right here in this lot, but there's some other places, but they're on very remote, not easy roads, and I don't think I want to go through all that trouble just to find out that there's no campsite there. So I'm going to move on. Okay, I had to stop here because look at this. It's a whole row of yard sales. I know, I live in a bus. I'm not supposed to be stopping at yard sales. Where would I put anything if I found something I wanted? But old habits die hard, you know? Thrift shopping, yard sales, estate sales, that was my life when I had my vintage store. And I can't drive by this many piles of junk. I have to stop. I have to check it out. Look at these things. Are those little tiny houses, or are they could be sheds, but they look like tiny houses. And oh yeah, this is going to take a while. Okay, that was very cool over there. There's this area where it seems like a bunch of people are living there. It's almost like a co-op or something. Everybody's selling stuff. And there are different houses. There's one that has this faux Old West facade on it. It's so cute. And two of the ladies have this business together, painting old furniture. They buy old furniture and then paint it. She let me in her house to see it, and I was totally not expecting what was there. Gorgeous stuff. Just gorgeous. The kind of stuff that I would have had in my store. Oh, and guess what else they had?
Hello. Hello. You're the friendly one.
Oh my God, they had goats. I love goats. You know, it occurs to me that we've kind of run the gamut when it comes to junk in the last 24 hours. First, that ugly, completely trashed junk just mucking up the BLM land, like a weird little makeshift town built out of trash. And then, this is kind of like another makeshift little town, but it's populated with nice people, and it's full of beautiful, recycled, vintage, beautiful stuff. Mad Max insanity and over-the-top glam. It's like a weird look through a funhouse mirror. You know, they're sort of parallel universes. They're both totally curated, but they're on opposite ends of the junk spectrum. For this place, I mean junk in the most loving way, you know. Not so much for the first. For the first, I just mean junk. I hung out with these guys here for probably way too long. Although I'm not on a timetable. I keep forgetting that. I'm not on a timetable. It reminded me kind of my old life, except for that part, because I was always on a timetable there. I worked and worked and worked. I worked all the time when I had a store, but I did love it. It's weird how you can miss your old life and love your new life at the same time. I couldn't have that life and this one together. They're completely not compatible, but the other day my friend Julie told me that my old store was back for rent, and I thought about it. I did, because, yeah, I do miss it sometimes. But, moving on. I am headed to Utah, I think, next, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I still had a store. So this is the life I got now. This is the life I'm living. I'll tell you all about wherever I go next, but meanwhile, you have a homework assignment. Please watch this one. This is Vintage Maximalist Minibus, keeping with the theme for today. And remember, subscribing makes you smarter, so you need all the brains you can get in this world.